Okay, it's now streaming. We're good. Brenda, you're muted.
I am the worst Zoom person, so I apologize.
I might win you over that. Okay. Ralph, would you like to do roll call?
Yes, Commissioner. Commissioner Dominic.
I am here.
Commissioner Shermack. You may join in a little later. Al Chelik. Mayor, you're here, right? You're muted too.
You're muted.
Present, I'm present.
Okay. Wayne Beck.
Here.
Henry Dickey. I think he's muted too. But Marion Gatto
Here.
and Brenda Sacco.
Here.
Okay. Pledge allegiance.
Okay. I have a flag.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Opportunity for the public to address the board. Item agendas only.
We gave everyone till 9 o'clock this morning to email any comments or questions, and I did not receive any.
Okay. Presentation of the minutes from the meeting scheduled on July 8th, 2020. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second
Second.
on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Presentation of vouchers for examination and approval, July 9th, 2020 through August 11th, 2020.
Yes, there were 3 vouchers since that time. Our legal services, plus a check to Voyager Pacific Capital. That was to reacquire the Merrifield Avenue property, which we'll talk about a little later. And the other one is to Lackawanna County Recorder of Deeds to record that that deed for the reacquisition of that property.
Does anyone have any questions for Ralph? Do I have a motion to approve those vouchers?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Discussion items. Frank, Ralph, take it away.
Okay. Again, I'll just update everyone as I do monthly. 207 properties acquired to date. Currently, we have 65 properties in the Scranton inventory. 136 properties have either been sold or conveyed. When I mean conveyed, I mean, to the city of Scranton or to some of the nonprofit agencies within the county. We have sold in Carbondale, we've acquired 4 properties, and 3 properties are in the process of being either sold or in the process of being sold. That's it as far as the land bank general update on properties.
New interest in the land bank?
Okay. Again, in response to Commissioner Dominic's emails, Commissioner Dominic, Brenda, and I had a virtual meeting with some of the superintendents, and I think it went very well. I mean, I'm sure Commissioner Dominic thought, and Brenda did. We haven't heard anything yet, but I haven't received any questions yet. But I know the superintendents had more to deal with at this time than worrying about the land bank. But we really appreciated them.
I walked away with two thoughts. Number one, it was informative. I think a lot of them didn't know really what the land bank was. So I thought I do think that people are unaware. And then the second thing that I took away from it was most of them, I think, want the cities or the municipalities to join. And they all seemed, the school districts to me seemed open to it. So what I'm told Jim Rodway, who's been helping me with the emails and stuff, is to now reach out again to the municipalities as a follow-up and see if I can either talk to them or meet them virtually or in person and try to get them to sign. And then we'll go back to the school district. And by the time that happens, hopefully the decisions with regard to schools will have passed and they will be able to give us their full attention. So we are working on all that.
Sounds good. Thank you. Troop Borough has passed their resolution to join. So Mid-Valley School District is already on board. So after today's meeting and the resolution that will be passed later on, I will get together the intergovernmental cooperation agreement for the county, Troop Borough, and Mid-Valley, so we could do some work in Troop as well. I've been contacted by Dixon City Borough, who asked me to attend a council meeting virtually tonight at 6:30. So I will be answering those questions tonight. So with Dixon City Borough, and hopefully, and again, since Mid-Valley's already on board, we just need Mid-Valley's approval so we can get the intergovernmental cooperation agreement together for them as well.
Ralph, if you need me, let me know. I'm not trying to steal your thunder, but
No. If that's what I was going to, if you want to, I'll forward you to the information at 6:30. We can join in.
okay.
Okay. I did tell them that Commissioner Dominic or any other board members may want to join, and they were great with it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on now. Commissioner, right? Scranton demolitions.
Demolitions.
All right. Finally, this property has been on the books now for about, since the land bank first took all the properties in. 1619 Price Street. We're finally going to be able to take it down through our agreement with the city. We have a right of entry agreement from the front property from the property owners for the city to come in and demolish it using their own manpower and equipment. So I thank the city for that, and I thank the homeowners in front for giving us the right of entry to do that. So within the next week or two, the city will be in there to take that down. The property was landlocked, so this is a good thing for the city. It's just a blighted property. Okay.
Next, 601 Prospect Avenue, Scranton update.
Okay, 601 Prospect Avenue is the house. There's the property that we have an option to purchase agreement with the Veterans Coalition, and I'll let Brenda talk a little bit about this because now we're going to put it. Sandy, our grant manager, is putting in a grant application with the Federal Home Loan Bank for I believe $400,000, right, to Brenda now?
Correct.
Right.
So this property is the property that the land bank has an agreement with the Veterans Resource Coalition to potentially acquire this property, where it would be permanent supportive housing for 8 units for veterans. It has been cleaned out. The money was utilized from an LSA grant that the Veterans Resource Coalition did receive. And right now we are putting in a grant for the Federal Home Loan Bank for $400,000 for the rehabilitation of this property. So hopefully, we'll be able to obtain that grant and move forward. There's a lot of partners that are involved that are supporting this project. So we're hopeful that it will be funded.
Anything else on that issue?
No, anybody have any questions on that? What later on in the meeting, as far as the resolution, the option to purchase agreement has expired, so we'll be just passing a new resolution for an option to purchase by resolution. So that'll be later on in this meeting.
Letter 6E, Blight Task Force update.
Okay, I'm going to ask Jesse just to give a little update on Joe DeFelice, the regional HUD administrator's visit to Scranton. Okay, Jess?
Sure. All right. Thanks, Ralph. And thanks, Commissioner. So back a few weeks ago, we hosted Regional Administrator Joe DeFelice for a roundtable discussion on blight, and hearing from him as well on some of the federal programs that that they wanted to share that are available through HUD and some other agencies. I thought it was a good meeting, good opportunity to get folks together, both from the city, from the county, from the land bank, from some of our community development partners as well, just to kind of keep this issue of blight top of mind in the community, which was really the main goal of that session, as well as to just provide another venue for all these various agencies and organizations who are working on this issue to kind of sit around the same table, talk a little bit about the current priorities, and start crafting partnerships and collaborative approaches to address blight for the future. So we heard certainly from representatives from the city who were talking about the mayor's push for her own blight task force, or a joint blight task force with what we've been doing here at the county wide level. And so we're excited about the kind of proactivity coming from the city administration on addressing this issue. I know when we kicked the land bank off, it was a good opportunity for the city and the county to work together in a way that may not have happened very often in the past. So, the task force, really the goal here is just to make sure there continues to be momentum around these efforts. So starting with the plan, pulling people together for events like the blight roundtable discussion with the HUD regional administrator. We worked we were in contact with Chris Kelly from the Scranton Times, who wrote a kind of an op-ed on the issue of blight and the city's advance or additional involvement these days. So so all those things I think are positive signs. It's just a goal of the task force to get the right people from the city and the land bank board and the community development organizations together and working together as we move forward. So one example of that I think is these blight grants, that blight and remediation grants being offered by the state. I know the Lackawanna County has put in for a remediation grant. The city's put in for a remediation grant. NeighborWorks has put in for one. There's multiple efforts. I think Carbondale did as well, put in for a planning grant. So what we're trying to do is just get an idea of how all those pieces are coming together, where the funding can come from and how to leverage it with all of the different efforts that are going on. So all that's continues to work in the background here. And again, I think the task force is interested in helping out, with any of the land bank efforts in terms of outreach and getting more communities on board as we move forward. So we stand available to help with that as things progress. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thanks, Jesse.
Just to follow up on that, as Jesse said, like Sandy Opchinsky, our grant manager, has prepared that blight remediation grant and submitted a request for $300,000, and that grant will be used for acquisition, rehabilitation, and maintenance of blighted tax delinquent properties within all of Lackawanna County.
Letter F, any bid openings?
No, we haven't received any applications since the last meeting.
Okay. The advisory committee and general property discussion.
Since there was no bids or applications received, the advisory committee didn't. We did meet earlier and just discuss the same things that we're discussing at this board meeting. So there were really no general discussion unless Jesse has something to add.
No, I'd agree.
Okay.
I think we covered all the same topics. Thanks.
Okay.
And just so everybody knows, Chris Shermack did text me back. He's stuck in another meeting, so he's not going to be able to make it today. Okay, action items number 7, resolution number 2019-04, 20-009, ratifying the reacquisition of a property in the 100 block Merrifield Avenue, tax map number 144-120-40052 from Hillsborough Inlet LLC. Ralph, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, this is the property that at the last meeting, Mr. Burney had talked about. They could present a problem if there was any structure built on the property to neighboring properties. And at that time, we did tell him, Attorney Kobasani and I were in talks with Hillsborough Inlet and their parent company, Pacific Capital Management, to get the property back. And since that time, and I believe all the board was in agreement with this all along, to take the property back. So we did that. Hillsborough Inlet, was more than cooperative on this, and we have it back. The deed is recorded. So now just waiting for some correspondence, some written correspondence from the city of Scranton, because they would like us to convey that property to them to avoid any kind of problems in the future in this area.
Okay. Anything else on that issue? You want a motion on that, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
That's all right.
Do we have a motion to approve resolution number 20-009?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution number 20-010, approving intergovernmental agreements with Lackawanna County and any all school districts and municipalities within Lackawanna County that elect to partner with the land bank. And I believe this was addressed at our commissioners meeting, right?
Right. The commissioners approved something similar to this, where it's a blanket resolution where going forward now, any school district or municipality that passes a resolution at their respective meetings and wish to join a land bank, it doesn't really, it's already has the approval of the county. Now we're looking for the approval of the land bank board to go ahead and enter these agreements. And I can just, as they do elect to join, I can prepare the intergovernmental cooperation agreements and then have them signed by the 3 taxing bodies along with the land bank.
Okay, do I have any questions for Ralph?
Nope.
Do I have a motion to approve resolution number 20-010?
Make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-011, authorizing an option to purchase a certain land bank owned property within the Veterans Resource Coalition.
Yes, this is the one that we just spoke about a few minutes ago. Now, since the option to purchase agreement has expired, we just need another resolution to give them another year to get financing for this project. So this resolution would really be the agreement with them to give them another year to get funding for the project, and hopefully they'll get it before that.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Ralph on that? Do I have a motion to approve resolution number 20-011?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Agenda number 8, opportunity for public to address the board. Do we receive anything?
Again, everyone had till 9 o'clock today to submit anything, and I did not receive anything.
Okay. So our next scheduled meeting is Wednesday, September 9th, 2020 at 11 a.m. Is that right, Ralph?
Yes. Mhm.
So now that we have addressed everything, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
I guess I guess we'll know, going forward, whether we can have that meeting virtually or in person, but, we'll notify everybody.
As we get close, as we get closer officer. Hopefully we'll all be sitting in a room together. That's my hope, but,
Right.
That'd be nice.
do I have I already got a motion. Do I have a second to adjourn?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, guys. Hope
Thanks,
to see
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good week.
You too. Thank you. Thank you.